Great day, great day, great day. It's Coach Kevin Gibbs with a Greatness Academy, and welcome to our college recruiting workshop for parents. And in this video, we're going to teach you what age does college basketball recruiting really start. It's a lot of misconceptions, all right? So stay locked in. Bang. If your child is under 14 years old, recruiting hasn't started yet. And with the way the landscape is now, we might have to change that up to maybe 16 to 18 because they're letting pros come back. So everything is changing. But if you're under 14, it's just not the time, right? What has started? Development has started, hopefully. Foundation building has started, hopefully. The work that actually matters for long-term success. That's what For Greatness Academy is about. We're about long-term success, long-term development, right? So we want to teach you those recruitable skills. From the age of 8, 7, 6 up, you're learning recruitable skills to the time for you to get recruited, right? This is where countless families get confused and fall into expensive traps. They confuse actual progress exposure with recruiting and weekend tournaments with actual college interests. Let's be crystal clear. Recruiting happens after an athlete becomes recruitable. And recruitable is built over years of consistent development, not accumulated through weekend showcase events, right? You're not in one weekend. I mean, if you don't have the skills, the recruitable skills, one weekend is not going to mean anything to you, right? Even those with the recruitable skills, it takes a consistency of weekend after weekend after weekend after day after day after day, right? You really have to live this and do this daily, right? It's the daily grind that you have to must master to become recruitable, right? So recruiting versus exposure. You must know the difference. What parents think recruiting is. After working with over 300, I'm helping get over 300 basketball players into college, working with over 5,000 basketball players, right? And maybe even 10,000 parents, right? We hear a lot of common things. So we want to teach you the difference between recruiting and exposure. Don't get exposed. A lot of people looking for exposure, and I've seen a lot of people get exposed. So we don't want you to get exposed. We want you to get exposure. We want you to get exposed the right way, not the wrong way. What parents think recruiting is? Does it sound like you a little bit? Posting highlight reels on social media. That's not recruiting, but that's what parents think recruiting is a lot of times. It's okay. We're going to help you out. Chasing elite travel teams. Does that sound like you? Have you chased a lot of travel teams, traveled all over the East, the West, the North, the South, and you didn't get recruited? But it's okay. We're going to help you out. That's what parents think recruiting is. How about traveling to showcases every weekend, putting hundreds of thousands of miles on your car, using up all your hotel points, paying all this money to travel here, and your kid not even getting that much playing time? Let's talk about it. And accumulating event exposure. You played on every circuit: Puma, EYBL, Adidas, 3SSB, Under Armour, Big Shots, Feed 9, Made Hoops, but you still don't have no offers. You're trying to self-manufacture. It don't work like that. That's why we got to put you on the game. In today's day and age, in 2026, the way it's really working, it's not about who you know, or it's not about who knows you. I mean, it's about who knows you. It's not about what you know or who you know. It's about who knows you. I said it's not about what you know. It's not about who you know, but it matters who knows you. All right. So let's break it down to what recruiting really is, right? Recruiting is college coaches evaluating proven performance, right? Them actually having a need first and foremost for your skill set. If a coach don't need what you got, it's just not a good fit. I'm not gonna buy something I don't need. If I got a new phone, I already got a phone that works. I don't need a new phone. So first, that's the key, is finding who need what's and what need who, and getting an early jump. You can't do that by yourself. That's why you got to come through a reputable source like us, that we get those inside scoops, we get that insight, right? And we can advocate on your behalf, right? So they want to evaluate time and time again to really see if they're ready to make that investment in you, right? Building relationships based on sustained excellence, not one weekend. Coach gonna say, well, you might stand out a little bit, but then they're gonna want to see film, evaluate, do some research, get some recommendations, do their due diligence before they put money up on you, right? Then demonstrating consistent skill and character over time. They don't want to see you getting in trouble, having an attitude, bad language, jumping from program to program to program. Once you start doing that, then they're like, listen, we're going to be the next program that they jump from. So you don't want to do that. And meeting specific program needs and standards. Can you stick to the rules, be disciplined, and represent their culture the right way? Right? And that's going to come through recommendations. Everything that we just described here is about recommendations, consistency, accountability, and credibility, right? And sustainability. All of these are abilities that you need: credibility, sustainability, responsibility, accountability, and coachability. Then you'll have the recruitability. All right. So this is the development timeline. What actually matters at each age, right? From ages 6 to 8, this is foundation and love, right? So we're dealing with coordination, balance, and enjoyment without pressure. Can your child move naturally? Do they love the game? That's what matters. These are the kind of questions you're supposed to be asking from the ages 6 to 8. Now, from the ages 9 to 12, you're supposed to be developing the skills and the habits, right? That's building fundamental skills like footwork, ball handling, listening, coachability. This is not the time to worry about rankings or offers. Between the ages of 9 to 12, it's not the time to be worrying about rankings or offers. Okay? So then we're going to go to ages 13 to 15. This is identity and role. Who are you as a player? Do you know that? Well, you should know that if you don't. Those are the things you need to be worrying about from the ages 13 to 15, right? Can you defend? Your chances are, even if a coach looking at, they're not looking at your offensive prowess, because they have people that's already scoring guaranteed points. Go look at their roster. Somebody scoring guaranteed, so they want to know if you could defend, because you can't score enough points if you can't defend. Are you willing to defend, right? Can you make decisions? What's your IQ? Or you just getting the ball, trying to run through everybody? They don't want that. They want to see, can you work through their system? They have a system, and they get paid a lot of money to make their system look good. Can you play within a team? All right. So all of that, scoring 30 and 40 all the time, that's good, but they might not be looking for that. And this stage matters, right? These are the things in this stage that matters, but it's still preparation, not recruiting. You're still not worrying about recruiting between the ages of 13 and 15. Ages 16 to 18, and this might have to go up because the ages in recruiting is getting a lot older. Real recruiting conversations begin, coaches evaluations, right? Sorry about that. I don't want to enter full screen mode. Bang. Sorry about that. Bang. Ages 16 to 18 recruiting window, right? Coaches evaluate trust, fit, and program contribution, not highlight reels, real basketball, right? So you got to be in a real basketball program first and foremost that coaches respect, right? And a program that's not worried about only wins and losses, but development, right? Because if you don't develop as a player, then as in a team setting, it's not a matter, right? Because ultimately you're going into a team setting, right? So these are the timelines. These are developmental timelines. Follow them. If you want access, then leave it in the comment and I'll get you a guide. All right. When real recruiting actually begins, typically 10th, 11th, 12th grade, right? It's changing, right? So this is when genuine college interest emerges, not before, not because of social media buzz or travel team affiliation. College coaches start asking these three critical questions. Number one, can I trust this player to execute our system? Number two, can they genuinely help my program compete? And number three, do they fit our culture and style of play? Notice what's not on the list: viral clips, Instagram followers, or showcase tournament appearances. Those are not on the list. The early danger of panic. Number one, bad decisions. Rushing into expensive programs that promise shortcuts but deliver nothing long lasting. We've seen that too many times. Number two is forced exposure, pushing kids into situations they're not ready for, creating anxiety instead of confidence. So a lot of people suffering from anxiety because you're trying to push your kids too fast and you didn't go towards that development curve, right? So if you started and you saw kids, you've been pushing them since 6, 7, 8 to try to get a scholarship, way ahead of the curve. So you might gotta scale it back a little bit. You might have to come to a specialist. That's what we do. Broken confidence. Young athletes comparing themselves to older players and feeling inadequate before they're developed. And number four is long-term damage. Burnout, loss of love for the game, and fractured parent-child relationship over unrealistic pressure. That's the long-term damage. You lose your family, father and son, mother and daughter, vice versa, over a game of basketball, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So stick to the timeline. If you can't stick to the timeline, come to us. We'll help you stick to the timeline. We'll hold you accountable and we'll teach you what you're supposed to do every step and every stage. What patience and focus actually deliver. The right approach wins. Families who resist the pressure and stay committed to proper development consistently see better outcomes, not just college offers, better outcome for their child's growth, their child's confidence, and the long-term development with basketball. What patient development creates? Number one, genuine skill mastery that transfers to any level. Number two, mental toughness built through proper progression. Number three, sustainable confidence rooted in real ability. And number four, joy in the game that lasts beyond youth sports. They have fun. They have love, right? That's the secret to success. That's the law of success. Find what you love to do. But it's a lot of parents, it's a lot of coaches that's taking the love away from the game, right? Because they're pushing their kids way too faster than that development cycle. That's why that's very important, right? So be patient. Be patient and let patience have her perfect work so you could be complete. If you've been feeling anxious or pressured, right? Number one, take a deep breath. Fill up the lungs. Ooh, let me do that again. Ooh, I feel better already. Take a breath. Your child is not behind, especially if you listen to this because you connected with the right people. Your child is not behind. The recruiting timeline is longer than social media makes it appear. Everyone's saying, putting fake offers and fake commits. It's not real. It's not real. It's people that's feeling pressure and now they're scamming. That's a scam, right? To make their child or to make their athlete feel better about something that's not true. And that's never good. That's never good. Refocus on development. Ask yourself, is my child getting better at fundamental skills? Are they learning to compete? Do they still got love for the game? Refocus your development. Number 3, get the right information. If you listen to this, you're getting the right information. This is a great start, right? The next steps will be join our online community, our online school community. It's in the description, right? That'll be your next step because there we're breaking it down. Everything that you need to know, everything you need to learn. And for the first 50 members, it's going to be free. After that, we're going up to $9 a month. Either way, it's a win-win situation. All right. Get the right information. Stop listening to travel team salespeople, right? Not travel team coach, travel team salespeople. That's what they try to do, sell you on everything. And start learning the actual recruiting process. That's what we're going to teach you. We're going to educate you on the recruiting process so that you can make the proper decisions for you and your child. This is a big decision. We know that this is a big decision, and gratefully that we've been through this hundreds and hundreds of times. So we know what works. We know what doesn't work. We have all the cutting edge strategies, all the loopholes, everything that you need to watch out for. You won't learn that. You don't want to make mistakes on your child's recruiting, right? So take it serious. That's what we're here to help you do, right? And number 4 is build a real roadmap. That's what we're doing in our community as well. We're helping you learn the timeline so you could build a roadmap. Create a development plan based on your child's age, current ability, and realistic goals, not manufactured urgency, right? Not manufactured urgency. You need a roadmap, not more anxiety. You don't need more anxiety. We want to give you clarity, right? The confusion around youth basketball recruiting isn't your fault. The industry has become flooded with misleading information, false urgency, and people profiting from parental anxiety. What you need is clarity, a clear understanding of what matters every age, realistic expectations, honest guidance from people who aren't trying to sell you something. I've broken down the full recruiting timeline, what actually matters at every age, and what to focus on, and what to ignore. Inside our school community, you can learn way more. No hype, no false promises, just honest information that helps you make better decisions for your child's recruiting journey. You're not behind. Remember that. You're not behind. Say it with me. I am not behind. I am not behind. You just need the right information, right? And after you get the right information, then we need the right implementation. And with the right implementation and the right information, then we can make the right transformation. And that's what we're trying to do, right? And if you want to make that, if you want to get the right information, want to have accountability so you could do the right implementation, and you want accountability and motivation so that you could stay with it long enough to get that transformation, then join our online community. First 50 members is free. By the time you watch this video, it might not be no more free, but if it is, if it is, if it is. If it's not, then it's not, right? So if you like anything in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Coach Kevin Gibbs with For Greatness Academy, the #1 basketball academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you're in North Carolina, then you could come into our in-person basketball facility and get ongoing training and get recruiting mentorship, right? If you're not, then you'll join our online community and we could help you from anywhere in America, right? Even outside of America. So here you go. This was what age does college recruiting actually start, right? Hopefully you know that now. You should know that now, right? Once again, I'm Coach Kevin Gibbs with For Greatness Academy. Until later, join our channel, like, share, subscribe, and tell someone about us. Thank you.